All right. Hold on, my brain is still processing. Okay. Um, we actually had already recorded this once before and kind of messed up, or not really messed up. Uh, Recording kind of ended up with half asleep recording basically for the whole video. Yeah, for the fourth video that we had recorded. We still got the recording, and when we listened to it, kind of sounded a bit half awake. We're still half awake, but more energized than before, taking that we are not going 4 days without sleep. But let's start off the recording. This is Who to Trust by KDH 1997 on AO3. Um, yeah, uh, Chapter 10, Explaining the Sun. Gregory took a breath as he thought of everything he should tell Sun. Right now, the fact he was homeless wasn't important. Plus, he couldn't be sure they wouldn't rat him out and get him sent back. He would tell Sun a simple version that didn't give the full story without lying. If they have such advanced scanning to tell if he was poisoned and even what kind, he didn't want to find out if they could detect lies as well. Long story short, I came here after a bit of wandering, ended up alone in the back of some kitchen. I was hungry and there was pizza and cupcakes just sitting there, so I ate them. After I did, I hid when I heard someone coming as I didn't want to be caught. Son lifted a finger. Oh, lifted and shook his fingers, scolding him lightly. "Mm, Okay, give me a second. You should take food that isn't yours. That's very mean when you aren't offered or given it." Gregory rolled his eyes, locking that down under unimportant. Anyways, that's when a security lady came. Her name is Vanessa, from what I found out. He seemed to be looking for me. Security guard, Sun stated, seeing no fault in her doing her job. Gregory frowned and folded his arms across his chest. She had a knife and was grumbling about me taking the bait and having done something to the food. Sun froze completely, not moving or commenting. Nodding to himself, Gregory continued his story. I managed to get away without her finding me. My stand decided to say nope. Go back to where you were. Sorry, technical difficulties with stands. Okay. Starting over from the beginning of that line. I managed to get away without her finding me and ended up hiding his stomach. Try again. I managed to get away with her finding me and ended up hiding in Freddy's stomach hatch. Besides him, everyone is out to get me, praising me when they see me. Sun's head shifted a bit as he made a soft comment. They shouldn't be doing that. Well, they are. I had to run for my life, it felt, from that gator animatronic. Monty? For your life? His voice still soft, barely a whisper. Gregory threw his arms up in frustration, his situation bothering him to no end. Now I'm stuck in this store till I find a way out, or the door to open at 6. So far, Freddy has been helping me try to get out. Well, it's just trying to get more moving area to hide better so far. And we had only started a little bit ago. So he seems to be the only one I can trust. except maybe you. With that, Gregory looked at the small, but still stunned animatronic. This is why I need that pass. With it, I can get to Freddy and make my way to other areas. It will increase my odds of survival, he concluded. The animatronic he looked at the animatronic, waiting for a response. He just stood there, though. Did it power down or something? Oh, almost stood up there because I am still trying to process brain. Brain power is not with me today. Again, remember to either hydrate or if you're doing what we're doing, oh, I'm doing, uh, you gotta use it to keep the throat in check. Wow, someone joined. Ignore that, people. Just give me a second. Uh, it's gonna be kind of a spoiler right now. For the next chapter. Give me a moment. Unless, is there parts in here that? No, I don't think there's parts needed. Uh, uh, kind of. Yeah, we're in the middle of recording the 10 through 12. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, no. I recorded not record. I warned that a kind of spoiler happening for what's happening for the next video. So hi, this is the creator of the work. This is the creator of the work right here. You literally joined as I was about ready to do tea time to like help you throat after recording chapter 10. I have no idea how loud it is on the thing. Hold on. Oh wait, they can't hear you. Hold up. I just realized it's muted. I'm fucking myself. Fucking myself. Oh, okay, there we go. It's going now. But yeah, this is the creator who to trust that joined Discord. You didn't even hear them join.
Hi there.
I think we can hear you loud and clear on this. I'm not sure. Before we do the actual recording for the next video, though, um, we're gonna have to do like some testing recording. Uh,
Yeah, I would figure as much.
yes. So for now, I'm gonna like remute
Yeah, that
and
makes sense.
go back to recording.
Yeah.
You can still sit in the call though.
Okay. Okay. Like, we'll talk later. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still sit in the call. Gonna double mute this real quick to make sure that if the other person joins, they don't jump scare people. Okay, I'm gonna go back to muting myself. Okay, there we go. But yeah, that was the creator of Pinterest. They popped in on the call because they're gonna be helping us record chapter 13 through 15. I had to think for a minute on math. All right. Um, now that was a fun interruption. Chapter 11. Sun stood. Oh, I forgot about this. Give me a second. I'm actually going to unmute. I'm actually going to unmute because you're going to enjoy this next part because I always stumble over these three words at the start of chapter 11 so badly. I've already butchered it like 5 times almost last time. So, all right. Sun stood. Okay. All right. Focus. Sun stood stunned. There we go. For a minute after hearing Gregory's story. Hello? Can I have the badge now? Gregory asked, not trusting he wouldn't be stopped instantly if he tried to walk off. Sun shook his entire body to snap out of it. It was a bit comical till his voice came out. Wait. Oh god, no, fuck. No, no. What was that? No. Doing Sun's voice while trying to be rapid is not a good thing. Hmm. Alright. Mm, wait. No. Okay. Sun, either I get stuck in you or you just refuse to come out. Wait. Sounded panic as more of unwary, anxious sound, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. More so than when he realized Gregory was poisoned. He placed his hands on Gregory's shoulders in a tight but not painful grip. You mean to tell me a security guard tried to attack you? That she was the one who made you eat that poison? Gregory shook his head up a bit. Wait, his head? Gregory was shook up a bit as Sun was shaking a bit in his panicky state. Yeah? Sun retracted his hands, turning a bit as he placed a hand near his mouth. With how he was acting, it was like he was trying to bite his fingernails. This changes everything, Sun suddenly exclaimed. Taking a second to try and understand what might be going on, Gregory tried again. So that means I can have the badge? He didn't want to before. Yeah. No, right. Okay. He didn't want to before, so maybe his need had changed things. Sun quickly turned around and shook his head rapidly. New friend, the security lady. Did she have blonde hair, tied in ponytail, brown eyes, and stand about this tall? Looking at where her hand stopped, Gregory nodded. It fit the lady to the T. Sam fell to the ground, his knees giving out. It was her all along. Wait, why did I improvise that? Let me try that again. Sun fell to the ground, his knees giving out under him. It was all her, he said softly. Gregory frowned and tilted his head. Look, I can't stay here. Who knows when that one or the others will come here looking for me. I need that badge to be able to wander around so they can't find me as easy. He explained again. Sun shook where he sat, sobbing noises coming from him. It was all her. She did that to him. Not understanding and not wanting to waste more time now that Sun wasn't really responding, Gregory began walking towards the desk. Sun gasped and quickly grabbed him. No! You can't, he yelled, pulling him away. His faceplate was turned towards the thready shaped container that housed the badge. Huh? Why not? Gregory huffed as he tried to push away towards the desk more. He hated that he wasn't getting answers. Sun looked at Gregory before looking back at the container. She was messing with that a few hours ago. The same security lady. Gregory straightened a bit in Sun's hold, no longer struggling, as he joined him in looking at the container. He did. Sun nodded. I asked what she was doing. At the time, nothing was wrong, and with the daycare closed, I had nothing to do. All she said that it was just in case. Sun turned his head towards the floor, tilting his head this way and that. Why is Cindy here? No, I'm sure he didn't know she messed around with here. He doesn't have security clearance right now, so he would need extra work to get around. Maybe? He began muttering to himself in thoughts, and thoughts, and thought. Gregory sighed. What are you talking about now? I don't get it. Being so close, it was easy for him to hear. Knowing that he was talking about was another story. Sun turned towards him. Do you remember my rule was? But I forgot a word. When you read fast on your brain to process. Sun towards. Can we not do this today, brain? Sun turned towards him. Do you remember what my rule was here? He asked. Of course he remembered. My brain was trying to process on locations of was and here. That's where that pause came in. You kept saying, keep the lights on. It sounded a bit threatening when you did, Gregor said, exaggerating the rules as he said it. I did not exaggerate that. Sun nodded. Think we plan to have you break that rules using that? Gregory looked at it again. Even still, what did that matter? He wasn't really that bothered by the dark. In fact, it had been his best friend in the streets at times. Sun walked towards the door. Gregory was Gregory coming with as Sun still held him tightly. All right, Gregory, I have a suggestion. He stopped in front of the door and kneeled down again in front of Gregory. What is it? If it isn't a badge, what do you suggest? And there goes Sun's voice trying to slip in Gregory. Repeat. Video 4 or video 3? Oh. Sun nodded. Instead of take instead of the badge, take me, pointing at his face. What? How was that supposed to help him? Sun seemed to understand his concern as he began explaining. Truth is, I was planning on keeping here all night. So you were holding me hostage. Sun shook his head. His okay, no. Sun shook his hands and head in denial. Oh no, nothing like that. It's you. You're my brother. Ram, your brother? So he was still in the picture after all? Sun nodded. He roams the plex when it's dark. He is really good at finding people, but he can't enter places that are well lit. So my plan was to keep those generations. So my plan was to keep those generators going to keep the daycare 2 brights. But it can't keep the others out. Gregory shifted around a bit. He knew he was good at running and hiding, but he didn't know if should tell the other how confident he was that he could avoid his brother. Sun could see it in his eyes and actions, though. He would find you, 100%, he said, no playfulness in his voice. Huh? How? Gregory asked, not seeing how he was so confident. This, Sun answered simply, pointing at the Faz watch. Gregory looked at it confused. Faz watches are popular with two groups, both kids and security personnel. Well, yours has gotten some extra functions outside the kids. It doesn't have the functions that the head of security would have. What? It's Sunside. The lady who attacked you was one of them. She made such due to her being the only night guard. There are three others for day shift. And My brother is the head of the animatronic guards. The units are able to track every fast watch within certain limits. He took a breath, perhaps just to give the child a second to process what he was learning. The further you are, the more difficult it is to pinpoint exactly where another is. It is more of a which room at that point. But my brother will always know exactly where you are, as you are, since his isn't a watch, but his own programming. Gregory shook his head. We should just run. Oh, son, no. Gregory shook his head. We could just run then. I've always been good at it. Son hated to be the bearer of bad news, but hmm? How about this? We'll give you a 5 second head start. Gregory tilted his head up in confusion. If you can get in the ball pit before I catch you, you might escape my brother. You can use any method you want. Left. Gregory frowned, getting the idea he would probably lose. Still, he began running as Sun counted the seconds. After 5 seconds, Sun began hurrying after him. Seeing how fast he was, Gregory decided to try losing him in the play area. Not a bad idea, since he would just chase you, Sun commented, knowing how his brother was currently. Still, he knew it wasn't enough. Gregory smiled as he saw he was indeed losing Sun with his zigzagging around. Going down a slide, he pushed himself up and jumped into the ball pit. See, I could, yeah, I told. See, I could do it. He laughed, having a bit of fun unexpectedly. He paused his laughing as he saw Sun. His spikes were dim and slightly shaking. Hey, don't worry about losing. I run all the times, so I have practice. Sun shook his head. I'm just worried. My brother is faster than I am, and would be out to hurt you. And there is chapter 11. Okay. More tea, because, yeah. Uh, okay. Almost done. I have no idea how I'm going to do Moon's voice. Alright. So I guess that leads me to chapter 12. Hmm. Alright. Chapter 12. Conditions. I don't even think I read chapter 11's title, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. The two were quiet for a moment as Sun's words sunk in. Sure, Gregory avoided Sun in their little game, so he had a chance to avoid the other one. It was just that failure came at a terrible price. Sun took a deep breath, or at least acted it. My brain decided to say no. Sun took a deep breath, or at least acted it. Anyways, new friend, I wanted to say before is well, no. What I wanted to say before is that the lights would likely go out if you took that badge. If that happened, my brother would come for you, and I could not protect you. Looking at Sun, he asked, "Why not? Was it because his brother would be his opponents, or maybe he wasn't strong enough?" Sun hesitated a bit. What you see, just like how Mooney can't go in well lit places, I can't be in a place too dark. He answered quickly. So you two never see each other? Gregory placed his hands over his mouth, having not meant to say that. Sorry, he apologized. Then lowered his head. I haven't seen him in a long time, it seems. He lifted his head, steeling himself. Yes, because of my brother, I have full security clearance as well. So if you take me, you do not need a badge. The news was surprising to Gregory as he saw what someone was suggesting to be taken instead. If he could open any door, then he really didn't need that badge. Sun held up 3 fingers before Gregory got too excited. I have 3 conditions, though. What's what's more than to get the badge? That was Sun's voice. What? That was more than to get the badge, the boy yelled, finding it unfair. You need to follow at least one of them to the letter. The others are honestly more of requests, Sun admitted, but I would really, really appreciate it if you did it. Gregory sighed. All right, what are they? Sun lowered two fingers, leaving up one. All times you must follow my instructions. If I tell you to stay near me, don't leave my sight. If you do, I will take you back, right back here, and try to hide you. On the other hand, if I tell you to run as far, if I tell you to run as fast as you can without me, do it immediately. Yeah, my tongue got tangled on immediately. Fun. Gregory shrugged. It was simple enough, though he sounded a bit suspicious, like he was hiding something. Sun nodded and lifted a second finger. I want you to take me to parts and services. Gregory blinked for a second. Why? What is down there? Sun's spike began moving a bit. It's a secret for now, he said, his with his finger over his mouth, over a smile. It seemed to mean a lot to him. Even though he knew that Sun was keeping something secret, Gregory nodded. It wasn't too hard, he figured. He was wandering around anyways. Sun sighed, grateful that he hadn't asked, and lifted his third finger. Don't tell Freddie about me. Gregory stared at him for a good minute. I feel like a broken record. Why? He didn't even know what a record was, but he knew what the saying meant. Sun shrugged. I prefer it that way. If I travel with them, I'll keep my distance. He could see the boy was getting tired, and it was needed. Wait, brain process the words. Okay, he could see the boy was getting tired of it and needed some kind of answer. All right, right now I am not that happy with him. I didn't see it myself, but I think he might have hurt my brother, or helped to. So I just really don't want to deal with him in any way. Gregory shrugged with an eye roll, figuring it was good enough. Okay, so I guess I just tell Freddy that I got the badge? And Sun slipped in the end. Sun nodded. That would be best. Though it is a lie, is alright to tell a lie now and then. Gregory shook his head, deciding to ignore how bluntly obvious it was that Sun was hiding something and lying. Freddy, I got the badge. As he said this, Sun sent a signal to the doors to let Freddy through. Oh, you did? That's great, superstar. The second, yeah, my tongue got stuck. Okay. The second passed as both inhabitants of the daycare headed towards the door. With no prior warning, the lights suddenly turned off. What? What? No! What? What? Friend, hurry! The generators! Get the ah! Turning to Sun, seeing him panic in the dark, Gregory turned to a flashlight as wait. Gregory turned to a flashlight he had seen next to the door, grabbing it and turning it on. He went to do as Sun had said. No! Don't come out! Stay asleep, brother, don't! Turning to look at Sun, who was screaming, his light landed on the tall animatronic. Gregory's eyes grew wide as he watched Sun struggle against something unseen, grabbing at his head as if it would explode. As he fought, his spikes drew into his head slowly, the yellow paint on his body turning blue, his clothes changing from yellow and red striped pants to a dark blue with a silver star pattern. His red frills around his waist and neck and the ribbons on both his wrists turned to the same blue, and as the last spike vanished, a long sleep cap appeared on top of them that matched the pants. Gregory took a step backwards, getting behind the security desk unknowingly. As he began to realize who he was looking at now, they stopped moving for a second. So stupid, Gregory called out, hoping to be wrong. Son? A soft, creepy laugh greeted him instead in an unknown voice. Naughty boy. Naughty boy. Bad children must be found. Okay, this is actually really good. Then raise your voice so hard. Okay. Bad children must be. The once white eyes that had gone dark in the lack of light flashed a bright red. Honey, he said as he lunged towards Gregory, causing him to fall over. And that was the end of chapter 12. Goddamn. Okay. Again, please go to the actual creator's work. Say creator's don't call, but yeah. Go go to AO3 and give proper thanks and appreciations to the creator. Comment down on the work on AO3 what you enjoy, which chapter and everything. My brain is now trying to process after having to do moons at sudden and basically internally cringing on myself, so I'm kind of mentally cringing still. All right. So yeah, go to AO3, give proper appreciation to the creator, and the link will be in description. If you guys haven't already been reading it or already have it up, just yeah, please enjoy, or I hope you've enjoyed so far, and we'll see you guys around in the next video. So bye.